Hi everyone, Josh Guest here. There's a lot of confusion in the world these days as to what Bitcoin is and isn't. To a certain degree, that's understandable. Bitcoin has only been around for just over a decade, and in that time, only a small percentage of the world's population has meaningfully interacted with it. Most people just haven't spent too much time up to this point researching Bitcoin. Many people have heard, though, about Bitcoin's meteoric price increase. Actually, it's hard not to have heard about it when stories about $400 million pizzas and a $500 million hard drive sitting in a garbage dump hit mainstream media every few months. During its short lifetime, Bitcoin's per coin price has risen from nothing to an all-time high of $69,000, spawning a group of Bitcoin millionaires and billionaires, not to mention millions of people daydreaming about how their lives may have been different had they been among Bitcoin's early buyers. Couple that with the recurring news of Wall Street banks and investment firms buying Bitcoin for themselves and their clients, and it's no wonder that so many people think of Bitcoin as an investment rather than as money. Take Fidelity Investments, one of the largest asset managers in the world. The company announced just days ago that it intends to allow participants to allocate a portion of their 401k retirement plans directly to Bitcoin. The normal entrants in a 401k portfolio, stocks, bonds, and ETFs, are classic examples of investments. So including Bitcoin in their midst inside an investment portfolio is sure to confuse people as to what Bitcoin really is. Bitcoin is simply money. Bitcoin's pseudonymous creator envisioned Bitcoin as a purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash, and Bitcoin has largely achieved that goal and more. While detractors might argue that many Bitcoin transactions occur over platforms run by exchanges and crypto banks, the fact remains that Bitcoin can be transferred from one person to another without requiring the assistance of any intermediary, and whether or not governments, corporations, or powerful individuals want those transfers to happen. On top of that, Bitcoin also fulfills to a large degree each of the primary functions of money. Number one, store of value. People gravitate towards money that will allow them to maintain their purchasing power over time. Why? Because our ability to produce value ebbs and flows over our lifetimes, depending on our skill sets and our circumstances. But our need to pay for food, shelter, clothes, and other necessities is constant. In short, we need the money we earn intermittently to keep its value long enough for us to spend it when we actually need it, not just when we originally earn it. Bitcoin's hard supply cap is the primary reason why Bitcoin succeeds as a store of value. The supply of Bitcoin is programmed to stop increasing once the amount of Bitcoin in circulation reaches 21 million, and its incentive structure is such that changing or removing that supply cap is all but impossible. So while the supply of most other goods will increase over time thanks to technological advances and population growth, the supply of Bitcoin will remain the same. If there are more goods and services available for purchase, but the same amount of Bitcoin available to exchange, users will be able to buy more goods and services with their Bitcoin. That's just how supply and demand work. Number two is a unit of account. If a money is a unit of account, it means that it can be used to price goods, services, and assets. This quality is of paramount importance because economies have millions of different transactions daily. If people can't easily price their offering over time and distance, it becomes all but impossible to frictionlessly acquire what you need to survive and thrive. Bitcoin has the furthest to grow under this function of money, in my opinion. That said, it's already very common to see digital assets priced in Bitcoin, like in trading pairs on crypto exchanges. Additionally, as people stop treating Bitcoin like a speculative investment and start using it as money, I believe Bitcoin's exchange rate volatility will decrease substantially, and people will be much more comfortable pricing their goods and services directly in Bitcoin, rather than using fiat prices as proxies. Number three, medium of exchange. Bitcoin is already a medium of exchange within the world of crypto. It's common to see Bitcoin as the main payment method on crypto exchanges and NFT marketplaces in the metaverse and elsewhere. If you're looking to buy a crypto asset, you're likely to find a lot of people willing to accept your Bitcoin as part of the exchange. That said, Bitcoin is arguably a medium of exchange outside of crypto as well. A lot of businesses are accepting Bitcoin as payments for their goods and services, and many employees are choosing to be paid in Bitcoin for their labor. I also believe Bitcoin's strength as a medium of exchange is set to grow exponentially as more people begin to use Bitcoin as money in their day-to-day lives. While Bitcoin certainly has appreciated over the years, and I believe will continue to do so well into the future, treating Bitcoin as nothing more than a speculative investment will likely lead one down the path of missing out on its true calling, that of being the best money humanity has ever had